it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday and welcome to Home Fragrance Empties. This is my Home Fragrance Empties for the month of December, obviously, so this is the last one of the year. I feel like I've done really great this year going through a lot of my candle stash, and I hope to continue to do that in the new year and really kind of whittle things down. I still have a pretty extensive collection even after all the burning that I have been doing, but I have definitely slowed my roll significantly when it comes to candle and home fragrance shopping in general. So I'm just going to continue to work on it through 2017, and by the end of December this next year I hope to have my collection at kind of a more reasonable, decent, manageable size. A lot of people have asked me for collection videos. Honestly, it would take me so much work to pull everything from all the different places where I store my candles. I will switch things over seasonally, so I kind of do spring, summer together, and then fall and winter. So right now I have all the fall, winter stuff stored in the most easily accessible places, but even a lot of the fall and winter stuff is like still in storage boxes and stuff. So I'm going to get better this next year about just using what I have. That's a big goal of mine. But let's go ahead and talk after that whole spiel about what I burned in the month of December. First thing is that down in my candle crock downstairs, I currently have a spiced pumpkin cheesecake from Bath & Body Works. It's a 3-wick. I'm just finishing it up. It's going to be done probably tomorrow or the next day. So I don't want to save that for next month, so just know that that's down there and that's being finished up. I really liked that candle. I hope they continue to bring it back. They did bring it back this year from last year, so my hope is they'll continue to return with that one. Not that I need to even purchase probably any for this coming fall in 2017 because I still have some backups, but you know. Okay, Vanilla Balsam. This was totally new to me this year. I did do an in-depth review of this. I really like this. It was a softer version to me of the regular fresh balsam fragrance that they have. I really enjoyed this one. This is one that I would absolutely purchase again next Christmas time. I have a fake tree in my house, so I need candles like this to bring in that real tree ambiance, and this definitely did it for me, but without being headache-inducing. Merry Mistletoe. So I actually burned this one almost all the way down before I just did the last little remnants of it in my candle warmer. By the way, this one I burned almost completely as well. It's pretty unheard of for me these days to actually be burning the candles this far down from Bath & Body Works, because once they start to get to the midway point, oftentimes the fragrance starts to change. It gets a little smoky smelling, or it will start to soot, or the flames are just too small, or they're too tall. It's kind of out of control. So I use my candle crock a lot. I will link a candle crock down below. I don't know if the one that I have is still available. If it is, I'll link that one. But I also have an entire video about what a candle crock is, how you use it, why I use it. So if you're wondering, just go watch that video. It's gonna explain everything to you. I'll link the video down below. But yeah, I've been, whoa, did you guys see that? That was amazing. I totally just caught that. That was gonna take a major nosedive there. But I've been able to burn these down much further, which is kind of nice. So anyway, I have one more backup of Merry Mistletoe. This is really nice. I enjoyed this one. I did an in-depth review of it. It's very fresh, very different from what I normally purchase. So this was nice. This one here. Okay, so Creamy Nutmeg. I love Creamy Nutmeg. I was so relieved when the Bath & Body Works finally re-released this again. This is from back like near the end of like the Slatkin era days at Bath & Body Works. I really love this fragrance then, and it made a return. I did end up getting to the halfway point with this one, and I love this fragrance so much. I wanted it to last longer. Bath & Body Works candles, we all know, burn pretty quickly, so I knew that I could get a couple extra days out of putting it in the crock versus burning it the same length of time, if that makes sense. Like, I get more fragrance time when I put things in the candle crock than when I burn them. There we go. But I love this one. It has no scent left in it, essentially, at this point. When you put things in a candle crock, the wax doesn't disappear like when you burn the candles, so you just kind of have to know that. I could not relight this. You don't want to do that after you've had candles in a candle crock, so just know that. White Christmas. You can tell I put this in the candle crock as well because the wax color has kind of changed, and I noticed that with Yankee candles, the wax color gets a little bit, like this turned almost like a yellow, and this was a pure white candle, so it will affect the color of your wax, but you're not really looking at the candle anymore once you put it in there, so it doesn't really matter. But White Christmas is an all-time favorite Christmas time candle for me. It honestly just smells like Christmas tree for the most part. It's very fresh, but it's a lot less headache inducing than fresh balsam is. It's just softer. Some people do think this smells like cat pee. I don't think it smells like cat pee to me. I love this. I have backups of it. I love the label. It has a pretty white church in the snow. It's just very, very pretty. There have been a lot of changes at Yankee Candle that I honestly haven't kept up with. That is one that I would repurchase if they have brought it back. I know it was discontinued, and then a lot of things have changed with the new ownership, and I don't know what's going on with that. If you do know whether White Christmas is back at this point or not, let me know. I don't think I'm going to be hitting up the semi-annual sale for Yankee. I have no desire really, so I just don't want anything. Okay, here we have another one of my Yankee Candle favorites, cranberry chutney. This was another one that I placed into the candle crock, so now it just kind of smells like waxy cranberries. But I've always loved this. This was my very first fragrance from Yankee Candle way back in 1997. I remember the first time I purchased it, and I've loved it ever since. This will always be a favorite of mine, and as long as Yankee Candle makes it, I will probably purchase it. I still have a couple backups, so it'll be another couple years before I need more because Yankee Candles burn a lot longer, but love that one. Let's see here. Let's do this. Okay. Colonial Candle. I found this at my local Fred Meyer, but I feel like maybe Fred Meyer is not going to carry Colonial candles anymore. They don't really have them in stock at my store any longer. They have the wax melts there. I'm hoping they bring the candles back because I don't order from the Colonial website. They're a hot mess in my eyes. I had a whole situation with them, so I will never order from their website again. But when I find the Colonials at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, or Marshalls, I always snag them there because I think they're a great candle just overall. I love the packaging that they're in. I love a lot of the fragrances that they have. However, the company itself, they just seem to have some difficulties when it comes to their online orders. So, but this is one that if you can find the white pumpkin and clove at any of those discount stores that I mentioned, you need to pick this up. It's such a lovely fragrance. It's very comforting, very homey. It's not overly spicy. The clove might imply like there's some like heavy spice in there. There really isn't. It's very soft and subdued and almost creamy in nature. So this one's really, really beautiful. Let's see. What do we have here? This is another White Christmas, but it's in the Winter Wonderland format from the Yankee Candle outlet. So when you go to the Yankee Candle outlets, a lot of their like everyday fragrances that they have in their collection, they will package differently for the outlet, and this was one of those things. So this fragrance is actually, this is White Christmas, but they called it Winter Wonderland. The label was different. I peeled the label off. I just thought this was prettier without the label. But yeah, it's basically White Christmas. It's really lovely, and I think I have one or two more of these. I got them when they were like $8 at the outlets, and I will say this burned very quickly. This had how many ounces? 17 ounces, and these are 22. This burned crazy fast, you guys. I don't think the wax was a different formulation. It felt exactly the same, that like hard white wax, not the creamy wax. But this went crazy fast. I don't know if it was because of the 3 wicks, but man, that was the fastest burning Yankee Candle I've ever had. And then let me grab my melts for this month. Okay, so I have 2 cranberry garlands from Scentsy. This is one of my favorites from Scentsy because it pairs perfectly with cranberry chutney or any of these like holiday tree type scents. The cranberry garland is basically what it sounds like. It's that balsamy, like, I don't want to say pine because pine just reminds me of pine sol, but it's a very like Christmas tree, like noble type of scent with fresh tart cranberries. It's really good, you guys. If you can get your hands on this, I would do that. I will link my friend Lisa down below. She has a YouTube channel and she sells Scentsy, and she is who I purchase all of my Scentsy from. So I got this from her and I love it. I have a Goose Creek French Autumn. Oh God, this smells so good. This is one of my favorite fragrances from Goose Creek. I have not had much luck with the candles. I know some people love the Goose Creek candles. I find that at the halfway point, they sort of lose fragrance for me. And even when they're like on clearance, it's still too much for me to spend on a candle that like halfway through I can't even smell anymore. But their wax melts are great. They're messy. They're really soft, really, they're very odd texture. They're not like the Scentsy and like the Better Homes and Gardens are much harder and sort of easier to break apart. These are very like creamy, but solid. It's kind of a strange texture, but the wax melts are great. They last several days in my warmers. I use these mostly in Scentsy warmers. And French Autumn is a beautiful, spicy floral fragrance. It almost reminds me of a beautiful perfume, like a fancy lady perfume. So if you can get some of these melts, I highly recommend them. I have a Nutmeg and Spice Wallflower. I think I still have just a few more of these left. I'm gonna dread not having these anymore because they haven't re-released Nutmeg and Spice in candle form or wallflower form in a long time from Bath & Body Works, and this is one of my favorite fragrances from them. But anyway, went through one of those, and then the very last thing is, and there should be another one. Where's the other one? Shoot. Oh, here. Right in front of me. I was contacted by a wax vendor by the time of Me Time Melt, and she offered to send me 6 of her scent shots to be able to try, and I've tried 2 so far. I'm going to have an in-depth review on these wax melts on Saturday, so I'm actually probably going to record this video a little bit later on today. But I finished the cake batter ice cream and the birthday cake, and these were really nice, you guys. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about the philosophy that this company has in terms of giving back in the video on Saturday, but they give to animal causes, so any proceeds go to animal causes, but I'll talk more about that. As far as the fragrances, they're really nice. The birthday cake honestly smelled like French vanilla ice cream to me. It didn't smell like birthday cake. So I hate to say I was disappointed because I didn't know what to expect, but you guys know that like cake scents are kind of a big deal for me. And this definitely just smelled like French vanilla to me. It didn't have that cake note that I crave, but it's really nice. If you are someone who's looking for a really good basic vanilla that is a delicious vanilla, try this one. And then she also sent me her cake batter ice cream. And this one I'm actually melting downstairs right now. This one's a little bit lighter than I expected it to be. But this one has what seems to be like a French vanilla base with like a waffle cone type accent note to it. It's really nice. It's not as strong as the birthday cake, but it's really, really nice. So I'm gonna be melting a few more of these, but these 2 I definitely like. they have me intrigued enough to probably try more from the company. So I will have the in-depth review for you guys and show you the other fragrances that she sent me, and I'll kind of tell you what those smell like. I haven't melted those yet, but because I'm still going through the cake batter ice cream. But yeah, so you guys know I'm not much of like an indie wax person. I typically don't order from those types of companies, but when this one contacted me, I was just really intrigued by their mission overall, and they have a ton of fragrances. Like, their website is crazy. I'll link it down below, so definitely go check it out, especially if you're someone who typically orders from a lot of indie wax melt vendors. Definitely go check them out, especially if you're an animal lover. So anyway, those are my home fragrance empties for this month. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.